Now, when it comes to building your audience, what I like to do is to use my 4 funnel system and my 5W avatar to build up my structure for my ads and my audiences. Now, with the audiences, I start with audiences first because looking at my 4 funnel system, I want an idea based on my product and brand of what my funnel needs to look like. And we've covered the 4 funnel system in the earlier part of the training. By this stage, you should have an idea of what your 4 funnel will look like. Is it a short funnel? Is it a long funnel? How much work are you doing at the top of the funnel? What kind of assets are you running? Is it video ads? Moving people down the funnel? Are you looking at direct response, getting people straight into your lander, for example? That kind of structure makes a big difference in the types of audiences that you want to go after. And, do they have to be quite niche? Can they be quite broad? And then how that journey looks. So I'm starting with my 4 funnel system to get an idea of the type of audiences I need. And then I'm referring back to my 5W avatar or avatars to get an idea of who I want to target. So, going back to this example, I'm looking to target women or men buying gifts for their partners. That gives me an idea based on my funnel, what kind of audiences do I want to go after. So, thinking about gifting, for example, because I know that my messaging is going to be different based on if I'm speaking to a man or a woman, in the kind of way I word it and maybe the photography I use. Already I know that my audience is going to be split between male and female. I might already also be thinking about, if I'm thinking about men or women buying for their partners, maybe I'm going to split married from unmarried and, the girlfriend, boyfriend side versus married. So that's another audience potentially I may split into. So they're the kind of things I'm looking at here based on who I'm targeting and the research I've done around my avatar. So, at the basic level, I know male and female might be split, married, unmarried, and then maybe even start testing around age as well. So if you're a young married person, let's say up until the age of 40, 45, I may have a different campaign to someone who's 45 plus. So just by thinking about your avatar, you're already starting to construct your audience. So that's just the next part of thinking about your audiences. Then comes the question of, do you have existing data? So not all of you that are going through this program are going to be coming fresh with no past history, no website, no ad account. I think the majority of you will have some existing data. So if you have that, that's a great opportunity for us to hit the ground running. If you have existing data, what do you have? Is it website or pixel-based data? Is it email data? It could be leads. It could be people that have given you an email address but not transacted with you. It could be existing customers. Maybe you've got some videos that you've run on your page or through ads. We can remarket to people based on the percentage of view on a video, for example. Maybe you've got existing fans on your page. You've got engagement, and we can retarget to people that have engaged with your page. So now already you may already have assets for us to tap into. That then gives me an idea based on what my starting position is. So if there's existing data, I can now create lookalike audiences. FYI, I call it LAA. I know some people call it LAL and some variations in between. For me, it's look-alike audience, LAA. But anyway, that's just a side message. So I can start thinking about my lookalike audiences. So I can take my custom audiences, which is based on my website data, based on custom audiences that I've got within Facebook, so email, for example. And then I can create a lookalike, a 1% lookalike, 2% lookalike, etc. And I've got links to share with you on how to go about creating those audiences. But that already gives me something to play with. So I can create lookalike audiences from this data. Also, if you have pixel data already collected on your audience, you've gone a long way to allowing Facebook to run broad audiences. So, broad audiences right now are working really well because Facebook are getting better and better at identifying your ideal prospect, not just based on you carving out lookalikes and interest-based campaigns, but on you sending traffic into your website and that pixel sending data back to Facebook on who your ideal customer is. you know, if you've tagged them as registration complete or lead or purchase, whatever your main KPI is, you're feeding that back to Facebook, and the more conversions you're generating, the better that data is. And that's why broad audiences can also work well. Broad for me are audiences that don't contain lookalikes or interests or any kind of targeting beyond maybe age and gender. So that's the kind of broad that I look at. Then, for example, for warm, if you're remarketing to leads, people that have given up their email address but not purchased, people that have viewed a video, maybe not purchased, people that have liked your page, for example, that they go into my warm campaign. So now already you've got 2 layers of targeting. If you've got website data, people that have clicked and not purchased, they're there as your retargeting audience. And then finally, if you've already got existing customers, that's your 4th layer of the 4-funnel system. So if you have existing data, chances are you can already start to map that out into your funnel system. And we'll go through in the testing and campaign setup part of the training to show how I construct that into my ad account with my excludes and audiences, etc. But for the time being, if you have existing data, then you can map that into your 4-funnel system already. However, if you don't have existing data, then you need a start point. And that start point for me is the 5W avatar. So if I have no data at all, then, you know, at least I have an idea of how I want to construct my funnel, but I want to start from here first. And as I spoke about earlier, for example, I know I'm targeting women or men, so that they're already 2 audience splits that I have. I may target married, unmarried, I may split it by age. So already, without doing anything, I have an audience to go for already, but I can go a step further. I know, for example, I'm selling jewelry, personalized gift, creating memories. It could be jewelry, it could be print on demand, t-shirts, it could be mugs. This is a store that's selling personalized gifts. So for that reason, you know, if I have an idea of what kind of products I have, I can have an idea of what kind of competitors and what other brands I can also attack. So that now gives me ideas for interest that I can bolt on to my targeting. So the interest that can go into my cold funnel. If I have no data whatsoever, then I can't fill out any other part of my funnel, and that's fine. That just means when I start, all I have is a cold audience. You can set up a retargeting audience once the pixel starts to collect data, but for the time being, all I have is cold. So if I was launching a brand new website, brand new ad account, I don't have anything. So I would probably start off with some interest targeting. I would look to develop that interest targeting, do some testing, find good results, and then start to build lookalike audiences based on people that have viewed my product page, added to cart, registered, whatever the key events are. Then I can start building up lookalikes, and as I start to get more and more data, that lookalike data improves, because then I can now put in purchases. I can create lookalike of people that have bought a product, and then going forward, as I get more and more data into my site and into my pixel, I can develop broad audiences as well. But there are other things that we can also do, and in the next part of this training, I'll show you what I do to also enhance my knowledge both of my avatar and to build up my audience targeting as well.